Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Apothecary and welcome back to my channel.
Today I've got a book haul for you all, a books my boyfriend gave me book haul because last week John and I went to visit McKay's in Greensboro. Before it closes down and move a little bit closer to us in Mebane, we drove by the Mebane store on the way and it looks amazing. It's huge from the outside. It looks fantastic. It's right off the highway. Perfect locations. I can't wait for their move. They said sometime next month, so I wanted to make sure I got in some good buys in Greensboro before they move and possibly change some things around. I got some authors that I love. I got some authors that, some books I've loved, some books not so much. I've got an author I want to try. I've got other genres of authors that I've read. A whole big mix of things. I got all of these books for I think it was like 36 bucks. I'm shocked. So let's just dive right in. A lot of these books I don't really know anything about, so there's that disclaimer ahead. First up we have N.K. Jemisin, The Broken Kingdoms, and I love N.K. Jemisin. I'm just realizing now that this is book 2. I should have looked closer when I bought it, but I couldn't resist that fabulous cover and N.K. Jemisin. So I want to collect everything by N.K. Jemisin anyways. I love The Broken Earth, and yes, I know I need to finish that series, and I'm definitely going to finish that series before I start anything else by her, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity. This was like $4 and it looks like near perfect condition, so a great add to my library to get to one day. Next up we have another fantastic $4 find, and that is Night Flyers and Other Stories by George R. Martin. This is a science fiction short story collection that's in pretty good condition. The binding is a little bit worn, but that just tells you that the person that had this before you absolutely loved this book so much. This is apparently based on a hit TV show. I have never heard of this show, but that is great. Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative said this is absolutely fantastic, so I can't wait. I've wanted to read more George R. R. Martin books. Didn't even know that they existed until I randomly saw this on the shelf, so I had to snag this one. Next up is another one that I did not know existed by an author that I am currently reading, have read, and have been reading for the past year, over a year now. That author is none other than Robert Jordan, author of course, Wheel of Time series, and this is Warrior of the Altai, and from what I can gather, I think this is separate from the Wheel of Time series, but like never before been published. It says in the foreword, the very first page really, Warrior of the Altai had been sold twice, but has never been published until now. And I am really, really excited for this. This looks like it was published in 2019, and I have no idea what it's about, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to snag another $4 amazing find. Pretty good condition again, just a little wear on the spine, a little wear on the bottom. I've never heard of this book, and Leslie, who's read Wheel of Time a couple times now, hasn't read this yet, so I am looking forward to seeing what this is all about. An untold tale from the master of epic fantasy. I honestly don't know what it's about, but I'm excited to jump into it. Next up is book 1 in a series that I've been wanting to read for a long time now. I've heard such great things about this series and this author. That is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This is book 1 in the All Souls trilogy. I am so excited to finally have this book. I gotta find someplace in my TBR, hopefully this year, to slide this one in because I've been wanting to read this for so long. I finally own it and I can't wait to dive into it. The back cover says equal parts history and magic, romance and suspense. A Discovery of Witches is a mesmerizing and addictive tale of passion and obsession that reveals the closely guarded secrets of an enchanted world. That just, as soon as I read that, when I first heard about this book, I absolutely said I need to read that. We've got, I don't predict 5-star reads often because I go in hoping that everything I read is 5 stars, and I tend to rate things higher than average anyways than a lot of other people, but I'm so excited for that one. I can't wait. And then the last 2 books that I got last week for our book haul are by the same author in the same series, and that is 2 more books to add to my Dresden Files collection. Even though I am reading these mostly almost 100% through audiobook right now, I really want to collect these books so that way I can do a reread eventually and jot down all these amazing quotes that I hear, and I'm like, oh, I want that quote. I don't have the memory to be able to write it down. Even if I try to write it down right after I hear it, I don't have that kind of great memory. So I am collecting as many of these hardcovers because they're amazing as I can find from McKay's. I think I've got 3 or 4 now. I think Stormfront I have in the paperback, but I will be looking for more of these every time we go to McKay's because these are great finds. I think this one was like $8 and this one was $9 for a hardcover in pretty great condition. I am so excited to add these to my Dresden collection. So that's my latest books my boyfriend gave me book haul. I'm so excited to add these to my home library and add them into my TBR. I can't wait to get into it. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of them? When should I start them? Is there a certain order that you recommend reading them in? Are there certain books I need to read before them? All of those good things, you know the drill. Let me know in the comments below. As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back.